The Saudi Grand Prix is underway, and it's a good launch.
The wrap-up of the 2023 postseason testing in Abu Dhabi revealed some very interesting facts. Despite lacking television coverage, this event holds significant importance for all the teams on the grid. The crash involving Russell in Turn 6 is just one of the noteworthy incidents during the test, and Mercedes' handling of the situation has raised eyebrows in the paddock. The testing in Abu Dhabi may not be televised, but it carries immense value for teams due to various reasons. These postseason tests are a regular practice in the sport, occurring at the conclusion of each season. The teams utilize these sessions to push their challenges to maximum performance before officially concluding the entire season. The testing comprises morning and afternoon sessions throughout the day, yet it does not receive the attention it deserves from the media. Despite the lack of coverage, many drivers acknowledge its significance for various reasons. To begin with, numerous young drivers are given the opportunity to drive an F1 car during this phase. It serves as a crucial time for F1 teams to assess whether a driver possesses the potential to become a future superstar. In 2022, Oscar Piastri had the chance to drive the McLaren car, along with other aspiring talents like Nick De Vries, Jack Doohan, Theo Pourchaire, Logan Sargent, and Felipe Drogovic. Furthermore, this testing period is essential for drivers who switch teams during the season. It allows them to familiarize themselves with the new car and build camaraderie with their teammates, as seen with Gasly and Alonso in 22. While participation is not mandatory for all 20 drivers, F1 teams are required to allocate one of their cars to a young driver with at least 2 Grand Prix starts, akin to the FP1 rules. Despite the routine nature of the testing, even seasoned drivers like Russell can make errors, emphasizing that it is not just a standard procedure. Reports indicate that Russell crashed into Turn 6, the same spot where Perez and Norris collided during the race, resulting in substantial damage to the car. The images revealed a severely damaged front right tire covered in extinguishing foam, hinting at a potential issue, namely the overheating of the brakes, that disrupted Russell's session. However, what garnered the most attention from the media was not the crash itself. Instead, it was Mercedes' decision to completely cover the entire car, preventing rivals from closely inspecting it. Despite the official purpose of the testing being to gather insights for the 2023 season, the revelation that Mercedes won't alter the aerodynamic settings until 2026 implies that certain teams might use this opportunity to experiment with different approaches for the 2024 season. This could offer an explanation for why Mercedes chose to conceal their car. It's possible that while they didn't have the most sought-after design on the grid, they may have experimented with a revolutionary approach aimed at swiftly competing in the 2024 season. It's a well-known fact that Mercedes is willing to explore any avenue to catch up with Red Bull in the upcoming season. The Abu Dhabi postseason test became a significant step, though the outcome wasn't as favorable as the team had hoped. Russell's struggles with Mercedes have continued, and during a recent debrief on the Abu Dhabi race results, he admitted to letting the team down multiple times in the 2023 season, which concluded with only 2 podium finishes, one of them being in this race thanks to Perez's penalty. Despite retaining most of the 2023 parts for the 2024 season, Mercedes likely made a strategic tweak. Teams are now obligated to showcase and explain new parts publicly during the season, but this rule doesn't apply to off-season testing. Given the stability of the aerodynamic rules until 2026, Mercedes probably took advantage of this opportunity to test some 2024 parts on the current car version, gaining valuable feedback. This followed a 25-minute delay in the postseason test, complicating matters right from the beginning. The delay stemmed from the absence of a medical helicopter, and teams were informed that when the helicopter arrived, it would signal the imminent start of the test. This situation itself raises concerns, indicating a possible lack of understanding of the test's significance by the authorities. Adding to the complications, there was a significant water leak from a bridge near the hotel, leading to another red flag. Haas's official profile shared details on this issue. By the time these matters were resolved, drivers were already frustrated dealing with various problems throughout the test. Unlike the majority in the F1 community who might perceive this as a routine and unimportant test, the drivers, especially young rookies eager to showcase their F1 prowess, were irritated by constant interruptions such as the delay in the medical helicopter or the water leak originating from a hotel above the track. The preseason test marks a crucial opportunity, possibly the first and only one, for several rookie drivers. With just a single spot open for the 2024 season, currently occupied by Logan Sargent, drivers like Federi Vesti are determined to showcase their capabilities as legitimate F1 candidates for the future. Vesti, in particular, impressed during the test, finishing third overall, outperforming much of the field. The Mercedes team, especially Toto Wolff, closely observed the situation, possibly waiting for a misstep from Sargent to assert Vesti as the next Liam Lawson, given his commendable performance, including driving 11 laps fewer than Perez and still finishing ahead. Vesti's F1 career prospects seem brighter after the postseason test. On the flip side, Albon emerged as one of the biggest disappointments, finishing last and being outperformed by drivers experiencing their first time in an F1 car, like Franco Colapinto. Esteban Ocon set the fastest time after 110 laps, followed by another rookie, Patricio Ward, filling in for McLaren. Teams struggling with consistency, including Alpine and Mercedes, found this test crucial. Russell's limited driving time in the W14 may have posed challenges for Mercedes heading into the winter break. Speaking on the significance of the postseason test for Alpine, Ocon emphasized its importance in understanding the car's weaknesses, especially on tracks where they struggled. The test is viewed as an opportunity to gain insights before the next season, addressing performance variations experienced throughout the current season. Despite Mercedes securing the second spot in the Constructor Championship and entering 2024 with a morale boost, there's acknowledgement that the team needs to address several areas to catch up to Red Bull. The inaugural move was taken during the post-season test, and as Wolff mentioned, trying to catch up with Red Bull seems like a daunting task akin to climbing Mount Everest. However, what he didn't explicitly state is that it's not an impossible feat, and his team is determined to make the effort. The decision to cover the car likely carries a concealed significance. Given the technical challenges in the aerodynamics department that Mercedes has grappled with in recent months, there's anticipation to see if the Brackley-based squad has managed to extract additional performance, especially considering Wolff's mention that the W15 will feature a different airflow.